So take a moment to close your eyes if it's safe for you to do so. Relax your shoulders back and down. Soften your abdomen a little. Soften your legs and allow for the soles of your feet and your sit bones to be your contacts with grounding. So really feeling these 4 points of contact with the chair and the floor, your 2 feet and your 2 sit bones. And then bring your awareness to the front of your hips, so the lower abdomen. And notice if there is any holding or tension here, and see if you can soften that a little. So trying to establish a comfortable seated posture, feeling grounded from the waist down. And then from your hips, feel your spine rising tall above your hips. With the head very gently hovering over your shoulders. There is a position where the effort is minimal, and that's where we're aiming to go towards. Feeling grounded from the waist down, and feeling the extension of the spine upwards towards the ceiling from the waist up. Once you have settled here, connect to the gentle rocking of your breath. Feeling the breath coming in and out of the body through the nose. So today's practice is a journey towards our center. For some people, that center may be the base of your spine, where you really feel that kind of a meeting of the energy of the body. For others, the center is around the navel area. So notice where you feel mostly gathered within your body. Whether you feel like the center of your body is at the base of your spine or in the area of your navel. Now take a couple of slightly deeper breaths. And just allow for your neck to move in whichever direction you feel you need to move it. So perhaps rocking the head from side to side, or maybe just looking up and down a few times, just loosening up the neck. I'm just going to move back to my seat as we begin to move. If you haven't already done so, bring your hands to your thighs and then gently open your eyes. And we're just going to make a soft bend on our elbows. Okay, and for this one, you might want to sit a little bit further away from the back of the chair. We're going to draw the elbows back, bringing the chest forward. And then as you exhale, simply pushing the hands forward and arching the spine. We're going to do that a few more times with the breath. So inhaling, drawing the elbows back, bringing the chest forward. Exhaling, pushing the hands forward. And again, inhaling. Exhaling. Try and maintain a nice, regular, deep breath. Inhaling, drawing back. Palms up if that feels right. Exhaling, palms forward, arching the spine the other way. We're going to do that a couple more times. Inhaling, drawing back. Make sure your shoulders are not rising up towards your ears, so they're going back and down. Exhaling forward. Just once more. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward. Inhale, come back to just the neutral spine. And we're going to take Bananasana. So for Bananasana, I'd like you to take both feet to the right side of the chair. And if it feels right for you, see if you can cross your left foot over the right. Your hips are staying where they are. We're going to take the left arm up and over, and we're going to take a side bend towards the right as well. If you feel stable enough on your chair, grab your left wrist with your right hand and just give it an extra little pull. Hold it here just a couple of breaths. Don't go too far. Just stay within your safe edge. And then as you inhale, slowly come back to center. Release the feet. Come back to your center. Okay, so just hold it here for a moment for your pelvis and your navel. So right back to the center. And we're going to try the other side. So with both feet to the left side of the chair, right foot over the left. So we're stretching a little bit this outer hip. And then slowly bringing the right arm up and over, taking a side bend. And again, if you feel stable enough and secure enough on your chair, the left hand comes up and over and grabs the right wrist. Just giving it a little extra pull here. And this is Bananasana, the banana pose. Just a couple of breaths. Slowly coming back to center. Release both legs. And again, release the arms. Let the shoulders relax by letting your hands just relax along the body. So using that length we've created on the side of the body, we're just going to take the arms right up towards the ceiling as we breathe in. Palms softly touch. As you exhale, take the arms down. We're going to do just a couple more of these, nice and slow. Inhaling. If you feel up to it, look up towards your hands. As you exhale, release. Look down. And one more. Inhaling, rising up, looking up. Exhaling, looking down. And once again, finding our center. Releasing the arms along the body. Allowing for the hips once again to become heavy. And bringing our awareness to our navel center. Yeah, we're going to move a little bit towards our feet and our legs. Okay, so I'm just going to put this down a little so you can see my feet. We're going to start from the right foot. Okay, and hopefully you can do this even if you're wearing socks or even just light shoes. Okay, so we're going to try and lift just the big toe on the right hand side. Just the big toe. Just have a little go. And then bring it down. And see if you can lift all other 4 toes. So you're pressing down with the right toe and lifting the other 4 toes. And again, press down with the 4 toes, lift the big toe. Press down with the big toe, lift the 4 toes. This can be quite complicated, okay? And release. I'm going to try the same on the other side. So again, lifting the big toe, pressing down with the 4 toes. Pressing down with the big toe and raising the 4 toes. If you get cramps here, just relax, okay? And again, just bringing the toes down, bringing the big toe up, pressing down with the big toe and bringing the 4 toes up. And just once more. 4 toes down, big toe up. Big toe down, 4 toes up. And release, come up onto all tippy toes. And then release the heels down. And again, lift up. So that exercise is really quite good for connecting the brain to the body. If you think about it, your toes are the furthest point away from your brain. Okay, so quite a lot of work to do there for the brain. Okay, so keep rising the heels, just gently warming up the calves. And then lean back and lift your right foot up and do a few circles with the right ankle. Very simple movements. Just preparing the legs for doing some work. And then go the other way. And release, and we'll do the same on the other side. So left leg lifts. Try and keep the knee in line with the hip. So rise as high as you can, but stay on the chair with your thigh. One way, and then the other. Okay, bring it down. Stay lying back towards the chair. Bring your hands to the seat of the chair. Lift the right leg up, and then stomp it down. Left leg, stomp it down. You can let the foot, if you don't have anybody living on underneath, okay, you can really just let it stomp. Okay. Just getting the circulation going on the soles of the feet. A little bit of core work here. Keep the lower back nice and flat. Good. And then one more and sit up. Sit up nice and tall. Hands on the hips. Lift the right leg up. Take it out and tap. Bring it back. Left leg out. Tap. Bring it back. Two more on each side. Same thing. Just notice how this feels for your hips and try again to keep your spine nice and long. Okay, don't arch your lower back too much. Keep the spine nice and long. Last round, left leg out and in. Both legs out. Find the ground with your heels. Bring your hands to your knees. So for this one, you have two options. I'm going to turn so you can see how high I go. Okay, so first of all, you want to have hips, knees and ankles in one line. Okay, so sometimes the knees tend to collapse in, so try your best to keep them going out. And then lengthen your spine, yes, so that the lower back is nice and long. Hands on the knees. Options number one, we inhale, and as you exhale, you squeeze your butt and you press your heels down into the floor. And as you inhale, you release. As you exhale, you press down and you squeeze. If you feel up to it, you can try and rise up and sit down, okay, for a goddess squat. Rising up and sitting down. Only do this if you feel safe, okay, and strong enough. If not, just squeeze your buttocks. Imagine you're rising up. Okay, so let's go. We're going to do just 4 repetitions of this. So we inhale. As we exhale, squeeze and press down or rise up. And release. And again. And down. Good, just a couple more. And down. And the last one. And down. Good, take your arms out into cactus arms. The elbows are, if you can, in line with your shoulders. Okay? We're just going to inhale, opening the chest and looking right up towards the sky. The elbows are going towards each other. As you exhale, just close the elbows for a moment. Relax for a moment. One more. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Bring your hands back to your knees. We're going to put these 2 exercises together. So for this one, your knees are going to come a little bit closer, more kind of in line with the edges of your chair. The toes are still pointing outwards. That's so that we keep the knees and the hips safe. Okay, so we're going to cross the right arm over the left. And then you're going to bring your hands onto your knees so that your fingers are wrapping around the edges of your knees. Okay? We're going to breathe in, and as you breathe out, we're going to take the knees out, okay, resisting that and allowing for the knees to stretch our back. Okay, and then we release, we inhale, do that a couple more times. So as you exhale, you just let your knees open. I have to come forward a little, okay, letting the knees stretch your shoulders. Just one more on this side, okay. So just releasing and coming back. I'm just going to show you the side profile on the other side. So cross the left arm over. The left arm is over. Again, the hands are on the knees. Okay. So we're going to inhale, and as we exhale, we press out with the knees. And you can see here I'm arching my spine a little bit. And then you release and coming back out. So it's a nice stretch for the shoulders and the upper back. We do that just once more. And release. Okay. So we're just building bit by bit the components of tree pose. That's what we're going to do today, tree pose. Okay. We're going to do a slightly asymmetrical version of tree pose. Okay. So left hand goes behind your head. If you can't get all the way to the back of your head, just put it on your shoulder. Okay. So back of the head. We're going to open the elbow, looking away from the elbow, and then release. So you take the elbow as far back as you can and you look away from it. And release. You do it just once more, taking the elbow away and release. Try the other side. Right hand, opening up and looking away. And releasing, just a couple more. Exhaling, looking away. Inhaling and exhaling. And back. Okay, release. Back to the legs for a moment. Okay, so we're going to take the right leg out to the side. And then what I'd like you to do is to try and lift your knee up. Take your right hand underneath your right thigh. And then see if you can extend your leg out. And then bring it back and down. Okay, so knee out, lift, grab, stretch, bring it back, take it down. Do twice on the other side. So we open, we lift without the help of the hand, left hand, stretch, bring it back and down. And again, out, rise up, grab, stretch, and bring it down. Okay, so the connection is still unstable. So if it breaks down, I'll come back. Okay? Are you ready? So we're going to put it all together. So there is one very well-known pose in yoga, which is tree pose. Okay, typically we do that standing, but we can do that on the chair just as well. So what I'd like you to do is to ground your left leg through your heel. And then take your right foot just to the ankle, or if you can, take it a little bit further up to your calf. This will engage your outer hip muscle. So if it's too much, leave the foot on the ground, like so. Just open the hip up a little bit. Okay, right foot in contact with the inner left leg. Okay, so the right leg is doing this. The left hand is coming behind. Okay, and then the right arm is stretching forward. Totally asymmetrical pose. Okay, so left hand behind the head, right arm forward, right leg bend. Squeeze, 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 and release. We're going to try and set it up on the other side. So to feel the benefits of this pose, which is all about the outer hip, you really have to engage the leg that we are bending. Okay, so the right leg is going to be our standing leg now. So we're going to press through the heel on the right side, taking the left foot to the calf or the ankle, and really trying and engaging the outer hip muscles to open this hip out. Right hand behind the head, left arm forward. Just hold it here for just a couple of breaths. Keep pressing your left foot on your right calf. Smile, this is a nice little pause. And release. Come back to your center after that asymmetry. Bring your hands together at the heart. Bring your feet maybe a little closer. Pause here for a moment. And see if you can find the center of your body, all the way from the crown of your head to your sit bones. Just a line, an imaginary line running across the center of your body. We're going to take the hands to the knees and wrap our fingers over the knees so that we can use that as a little hook for our arms. Now inhale, and as you exhale, bring the chest forward, look up, cobra pose. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. We do that a couple more times. Exhaling, looking up, arching the upper spine. And again, inhaling, coming back to neutral. Last one, exhaling. Inhaling. Couple of options for our twist today. Option number one, we simply bring the left hand to the right thigh and wrap the arm around the chair, the back of the chair. Okay, keeping the spine nice and long. Option two, we lift the leg up, wrapping the arm around and taking the twist like this. So it's a little bit more kind of compressing on the belly and a bit more strengthening for the arms, but it's the same shape. Coming back out, release. Left leg, same thing. So right hand to the left thigh and you twist. Count 2 or 3 breaths. Or if you want to, lift the leg, wrap your arm, reach back. Just 2 or 3 breaths. And then releasing, coming back to center. I'm just going to take stick pose, both arms up. Hold it there for a moment. It doesn't matter if your arms only get to here, that's fine. Okay, just try and see if you can feel the length of the spine. Notice if your head is coming forward and just draw it back a little, relaxing the neck muscles. And as you exhale next, bring your hands to your heart center. Bring your right hand to your left shoulder, just give it a little massage. And then do the same on the other side. Find a comfortable seated posture. I'm going to come a little closer so that you can hear me properly. So take a moment to just settle here. Nice tall spine. Just feel supported by the chair. Feel the ground underneath your feet. So we're going to take a moment here to relax after the movement and embrace stillness. Soften your jaw and your face. And we're going to take some time here to settle in our bodies. So if it's safe for you to do so, close your eyes. Take a moment to really notice the body sitting here in this room at this moment in time. With your eyes closed, you may be able to perhaps detect some of the effects of the physical practice. You may perhaps feel a little warmth. Maybe you feel a few aches and pains, or just the sensation of release, relaxation, the muscles letting go of the strain. As we settle here into our final pose, preparing for our meditation, nothing should be calling for your attention. So as we settle for meditation, we take some time to really adjust anything that may be disturbing the body, any discomfort, any crease in the clothing we're wearing. So make sure everything feels at ease. You also want to take a moment to notice any unwanted clinging of any muscle tension, just by bringing your awareness to different parts of the body, gradually letting go, starting perhaps from your toes and your feet, your ankles and your calves, surrendering to this seated position, allowing for any tension in the muscles of the legs and the hips to release and soften. Soften the abdomen, the sides of your waist, the sides of the chest, and invite the same softness to the front of your heart. Your back feels strong, steady. Your shoulders are relaxed. The arms are softly extending from the shoulders, allowing for the hands to rest softly on your thighs. There's no tension in your fingers, your elbows, your shoulders. And your head feels almost weightless. Now that the body is settled, take some time to settle into a rhythm with the breath. Again, the rhythm of the breath is not strained in any way. It's spontaneous, it's natural. But what we are mindful of is to allow for the breath to fill the lungs completely, creating some extra space in the abdomen, the sides of the ribs, for a fuller breath. Again, the edges of your breath are really soft, without effort. You can, if you want to use a pattern, perhaps working with counting to keep the mind focused on the breath. Maybe counting to 4 or 5 as you breathe in, and making the exhale maybe 1 or 2 counts a little longer, 5 or 6. Whatever works for you. Just trying to settle the body into a relaxed state. So focusing on the breath is stage 1 of our meditation practice. To calm the mind is our aim. Of course, the mind is very seldom calm and focused, and it will wander. And so the second part of meditation is to bring the mind back to the breath. And finally, step 3 is to repeat step 1 and 2 time and time again. Focusing on the breath, observing the mind wandering off, bringing the mind back. Time and time again. And if you catch yourself doing these steps, then you are meditating. This is meditation. Now that the body has settled, the breath has settled, let's give the mind something focused to do. So bring your awareness to the left side of your body, the whole of the left side of the body. And then feel the whole of the right side of the body. And imagine a very thin line in between these two sides, running along the front of the body and the back of the body. That's your center. Now feel the crown of your head and allow your awareness to travel downwards along this imaginary line to the space in between your eyebrows. And then slightly further down to the throat. Slightly farther down, feel the center of your chest. Feel your belly button, the middle of the front of your hips. And then travel underneath your sit bones to the back of your hips. Feeling your sacrum, the middle of your pelvis at the back, the lower back. Feel the back of your navel along your spine. And feel the back of the center of your chest along the spine. Feel the back of your throat along your spine. And then back to the crown of the head. The next time you breathe out, imagine your breath coming out of your body as a waterfall, falling over these points along the front of your body, the center of your chest, your belly button, the front of your pelvis, and then underneath your body. And as you inhale, travel back along your spine at the back of the body. Inhaling up to the crown, exhaling down to the sit bones. Nice and gentle. Inhaling up along the back of the body, exhaling along the front of the body. Let's do that a couple more times on our own. Now allow your body to be still here as you do perhaps another 2 or 3 rounds of this breath. And then let go of the practice and regather yourselves to the center of your body, either your navel center or the root of your spine. It's that point where you feel balanced between the upper body and the lower body. Very, very slowly come back to your surroundings, emerging out of this inner awareness to feel your here and now. Your here and now. Here is the space your body is sitting in, and the now is this moment in time. How does this moment in time feel for you right here, right now? Fully present with your breath and your body. Now you may want to take a couple of slightly deeper breaths here as you gradually begin to move your feet and slowly moving your hands. Perhaps you may want to open and close your fingers a few times, doing some rolls with your wrists, rocking your head from side to side. We've been sitting for quite some time in stillness, so you might feel like you want to move your shoulders. And maybe just rock from side to side, releasing the lower back. For some of you, it might feel nice to come into a forward bend, just gathering the knees towards the belly, just letting the head hang for a moment. And then slowly rising back up. And this time, if you haven't already done so, we softly open the eyes and just take a moment to focus on any object that may be in front of you. A pleasant object if you have that, maybe a piece of fruit, some flowers, or an object that you may have in front of you, or it could be a pet. And just take a moment to really observe that object. It can be anything. It could even be your own hand. However mundane that object may seem to you, take a moment to look at it as if it was from outer space, as if you've never seen that before. Bringing yourself fully present in this moment. Blink your eyes for a few times, and then draw your hands together in front of the heart. And we're going to bow the forehead to the index fingers, taking a moment to connect to gratitude and thank ourselves for our efforts and for the possibility to practice today in this gorgeous, beautiful weather we're having at the moment. And we say Namaste.